then I'm going to get the software to actually run that, but I need to get the pump to bring it down in here to start seeing it.
Great.
Right, and stop that, and then I can go into auto image and run it full time.
Now you have a unique problem in that your sample settles so fast that I ideally, to have a high quality data run, want a pretty even distribution of particulate passing through the flow cell.
Right.
And so is it worth using that little trick I showed you yesterday where you go ahead and open auto image, build your notes, go ahead and write out what the file name is going to be, and the notes are saved.
Yes, right.
So then hit Control-C, copy that file name, cancel auto image, go back to setup and focus, aspirate your sample so it's inside in the top of the flow cell, and then begin. So I'm adding a step, but I'm adding a step because I'm avoiding at all costs you getting into the habit of introducing your sample and then getting distracted and your sample settling.
So what you're telling me is that step of getting the pump to run as an early step is in setup focus, not in auto image.
Correct.
See, that's where I would not have seen that. I would have been distracted because I would have been looking for it in auto image.
Yes, and you can set up a auto prime with the instrument, but it's easier to just do it by hand.
Right, exactly. So at this point, before I even put that
no futzing,
I'll go to auto image and set that up for
Yep.
So there's your
so
notes.
there's
right?
your notes. So that's
So this is going to be, I think this is bag C, everything else is the same. Run number 3, but this is in, just for the heck of it, 50% dilution. Okay, so all of that is in, and I can say OK. And now I go and save it, but I don't want to click this because it starts.
That's going to start it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I do is go and name this, which is our 1608 today. And it is going to be at 10:05. With HTB 1, just for the heck of it, 50.
Great, so you have that name.
Save that, copy it, then cancel.
Yep. So
And then I'll go over here to set focus,
good.
and that shows me that pump thing.
So
So
let's
now
introduce
what I
your
need to do
sample.
is sample, exactly. So this is my sample. Yeah, that's the stuff. This is exactly what I felt uncomfortable with.
Good.
Now we
And so
need-
these are, you know, this is not how people would normally use the instrument, but because of the quirk of your
Right.
algae bred to settle.
Exactly.
Like, okay, you know, and you can set up a system of stirs or whatever suspension you want at home, but well, this is the system we have available to us at the moment
Yeah.
for this particular purpose.
That's it. And this thing, we're just gonna go start pumping, get this thing down, and 2 is gonna be fine. Start the pump and get it to run.
You can go ahead and hover your mouse right over this X, so that way as soon as you
Or
see
this
that
one.
sample is drawn, then you're ready to cancel it and
But I don't see it. Remember before we would see it, but we don't see it. All I'm doing is waiting for this thing to get down here.
yeah.
And then shut it down.
Exactly. And I'm gonna not sit on the table again when you start actually running your sample.
I won't touch the table.
Habit though it may be.
Okay, so
Great,
it's in,
there it is.
There it is, stop. And now we go to auto image right away. We already have all that done. Oh, it didn't save it. Run
That's
number
the
2.
note. Oh yeah,
Where is it?
interesting.
Here, right. 50, dilute, real quick. Alright, done, okay. This one, we can do the transfer, there it is, and go, right?
Oh.
How's that for fast?
All right. settling.
Goes, yeah.
Oh, looks like this was knocked out of focus.
Yeah.
I think the janitor was in here yesterday, he might have moved the
You wanna
instrument.
just-
Oh, yeah, alrighty.
just have to remember
It's
that.
okay, and you know, you don't have to stop the run
Yeah.
to focus it, you can just do it
Mhm.
mid-run. And look how much better off we are now,
Oh,
though, we're
yeah.
getting one particle per image,
Yeah.
so we're getting much better data, much more reliable counting.
Seeing a couple of invasives in there.
So most of that's not gonna have images that are in focus, but we can sort by the ones that are,
Yeah.
for the purposes of library building and whatnot, so obviously it still has its uses.
Sure. That's stop at 2 liters, right?
It will stop at 2
Or 1 liter.
liters.
I think I said it for 1.
Yep,
Yeah.
automatically, so.
Wow. Big chunk.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
So the big chunks are a little tricky because they have a very different flow rate.
Mhm.
And so you'll see that occasionally you get duplicate images of them.
Oh, okay, right.
And so just keep an eye for that when you're doing your counts. You have such a low number of them
Mhm.
relative to the other particles that it's not going to have a drastic effect on your data, but another thing we can do here too is zoom this in and make this window a little bit bigger, particularly if you're focusing, and it
Oh, right.
can make it a little bit easier.
Mhm.
Oh, and look, you can see how I knocked the edge of the flow cell into view.
Right.
So I wanna actually bring it back using my XY knob.
Yeah. And you did that while you were focusing.
Yeah, I probably just bumped it.